Singapore, a dazzling island nation, a global hub of innovation and progress. Here, where car ownership is already a significant luxury, a symbol of status and success, the nation is now boldly going all in on electric vehicles, embracing a future powered by clean energy. This transition marks a pivotal moment in Singapore's commitment to sustainability. To accelerate this shift, the government is offering hefty incentives, substantial rebates and tax breaks, making EVs more accessible and appealing than ever before to the average consumer. The goal is clear: to encourage widespread adoption and pave the way for a greener transportation ecosystem. As a result, the streets, once dominated by the roar of combustion engines, are gradually filling up with silent, sleek, battery-powered cars, gliding through the urban landscape with a whisper. Meanwhile, petrol engines, the relics of a bygone era, are slowly fading into history, their presence diminishing with each passing day. Buyers are increasingly tempted by the promise of lower running costs, reduced maintenance, and the undeniable allure of escaping sky-high petrol prices that seem to climb higher with every visit to the pump. But beneath the glossy surface of this electric revolution, this green transformation is shaking up, disrupting, and fundamentally altering the very fabric of the city's deeply ingrained car culture, challenging long-held traditions and perceptions. The real tension, the true impact of this shift, is most acutely felt in the sprawling industrial estates where traditional mechanics, the guardians of the internal combustion engine, now face an uncertain and potentially precarious future. The government's plan is undeniably bold, ambitious in its scope: to phase out petrol cars completely, build a comprehensive network of charging stations everywhere, ensuring convenient access for all EV owners, and ultimately create a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable city for generations to come. But in their pursuit of this electric dream, they've perhaps overlooked the vital role of the workshops and mechanics, the unsung heroes, the backbone of car ownership in Singapore for decades, providing essential maintenance and repair services. These small businesses, often family-run and deeply rooted in the community, now face a challenge so big, so transformative, it could very well break them, forcing them to close their doors and abandon their livelihoods. The electric wave is undeniably here, gaining momentum with each passing day, and the old guard, the seasoned mechanics and workshop owners, are now scrambling to adapt, to learn new skills, and to find their place in this rapidly evolving automotive landscape. Let's break it down. Traditional cars are mechanical marvels: engines, pistons, gears, and exhaust, all working in noisy harmony. They're complex but fixable with tools and know-how. Electric cars, they're a different species. No engine, no oil, no exhaust. Just a massive battery, a motor, and a lot of software. The complexity has shifted from mechanical to digital. For mechanics, it's like being asked to fix a computer instead of a car. The skills needed are completely different: high voltage systems, software diagnostics, and electronics. Even the brakes, cooling, and dashboard are controlled by computers. For the old school mechanic, it's like landing in a foreign country with no map. The familiar world of grease and gears is being replaced by silent, high-tech machines. This isn't evolution, it's a total transformation. For workshop owners, the rise of electric vehicles presents a significant challenge, a potential disruption to their established business models. The shift from internal combustion engines to electric powertrains is more than just a technological upgrade. It's a fundamental change in how vehicles are maintained and repaired. EVs are increasingly perceived as a nightmare. The simplicity of their electric motors, while environmentally friendly, translates to a drastic reduction in the need for traditional mechanical repairs. Their business depends on regular repairs, the bread and butter of their daily operations. The constant flow of vehicles requiring attention keeps the lights on and the mechanics employed. Oil changes, a routine service performed on nearly every vehicle on the road. Spark plugs, essential for igniting the fuel-air mixture in gasoline engines. Exhausts, systems designed to remove harmful gases from the engine. Gearboxes, complex mechanisms that transfer power from the engine to the wheels. These are all components largely absent in electric vehicles. EVs eliminate most of these jobs. The absence of an internal combustion engine means no oil changes, no spark plug replacements, and no exhaust system repairs. This represents a significant loss of revenue for traditional workshops. The only routine work left? What remains are the services that apply to both electric and gasoline-powered vehicles. Tires, which still wear down and require replacement. Brakes, although regenerative braking in EVs can extend their lifespan. And wipers, essential for visibility in inclement weather. Basic tasks with slim profits, offering significantly lower margins compared to engine-related repairs, and fierce competition. These services are widely available, driving down prices and making it difficult for workshops to maintain profitability. When an EV does break, the nature of the problem is often fundamentally different. It's usually a software or high-voltage issue requiring specialized knowledge and equipment, not a simple mechanical fix. The problems are more akin to computer malfunctions than traditional engine failures. Diagnosing these problems requires expensive brand-specific computers, specialized tools that can communicate with the vehicle's complex electronic systems, tools most small workshops can't afford. The investment is significant and there's no guarantee of a return. Independent mechanics are locked out, often facing proprietary systems and restricted access to diagnostic information, unable to access the car's systems. This creates a barrier to entry, favoring dealerships and authorized service centers. And the risks are higher. Working with high-voltage systems presents a new set of dangers. EV batteries carry lethal voltages. Mishandling them can have severe consequences. Mistakes can mean potentially catastrophic outcomes. Fires caused by short circuits or battery malfunctions, or fatal shocks, posing a direct threat to the safety of mechanics. Not just broken parts, the potential for serious injury or property damage is significantly elevated. Mechanics need to adapt and acquire new skills. New training, specifically focused on electric vehicle technology and safety procedures. Insulated tools, designed to protect them from electrical hazards, and strict safety protocols. These are essential for mitigating the risks associated with working on EVs. The cost and complexity of adapting to the EV revolution are overwhelming for small businesses. Many simply lack the resources to make the necessary investments. The workshop floor is turning into a potentially hazardous environment, a high-voltage danger zone. The transition requires careful planning and execution. For many independent workshop owners, the future looks bleak, filled with uncertainty and the potential for closure. The challenge is to adapt or risk becoming obsolete. Upgrading for EVs isn't just about new tools, it's a financial minefield. Diagnostic machines for each brand cost tens of thousands plus ongoing software fees. Special lifts and battery tables are needed to handle the weight and danger of EV batteries. Insulated tools alone can cost thousands. Workshops must create dedicated EV bays, buy special fire equipment, and pay higher insurance premiums. The investment is massive, with no guarantee of enough business to cover the costs. Owners face a tough choice: risk everything to adapt or hope petrol cars last long enough to retire. Many simply can't afford the gamble. Progress is expensive and not everyone can keep up. The financial pressure is pushing small workshops to the brink. The electric future comes with a hefty price tag. The mechanic's job is changing fast. Years of hands-on experience with engines and gears are suddenly outdated. EV technicians need to be electricians, software experts, and safety specialists. The main tool is now a laptop, not a wrench. Training is expensive and time-consuming, taking staff away from the workshop. Older mechanics are reluctant to retrain. Younger ones aren't flocking to the trade. The result? A growing skills gap. There aren't enough qualified people to fix the new wave of electric cars. The industry faces a looming crisis. EVs are sold as reliable and low maintenance, and it's true. With fewer moving parts, there's less to fix. Routine jobs that kept workshops afloat are disappearing. Now workshops wait for rare, complex, and expensive repairs. Most major issues are covered by long warranties, sending cars back to dealers, not independents. By the time workshops see these cars, repairs are so costly, owners might just scrap them. The steady stream of work is gone, replaced by long stretches of silence. The business model that sustained workshops for decades is vanishing. When you talk to workshop owners, the men and women who keep our vehicles running, you'll find a common thread. And that thread is real anxiety, a deep-seated worry about the future of their livelihoods, their businesses, and the skills they've honed over years, sometimes decades. One veteran, a man who's seen it all in the automotive repair world, says it's like being told to learn a completely new language overnight. Imagine the challenge, the sheer volume of new information. And to make matters worse, there's no guarantee of success. No assurance that all the effort, all the investment will actually pay off in the long run. It's a gamble, a high-stakes bet on an uncertain future. The cost of new tools, specialized equipment, and the necessary training courses is for some more than he initially paid for his entire workshop, lock, stock, and barrel. It's a massive financial burden, especially for smaller, independent shops. His mechanics, seasoned experts with internal combustion engines, masters of their craft, are often completely lost when faced with the intricate world of EV electronics, the complex battery systems, and the unfamiliar diagnostic procedures. It's a whole new ballgame. Even a younger owner, someone who proactively invested in EV gear, hoping to get ahead of the curve, says the work is only trickling in, a slow and unsteady stream of customers. It's simply not enough to justify the initial investment, the ongoing maintenance, and the cost of keeping that expensive equipment sitting unused. But perhaps the biggest hurdle of all, it's the fact that manufacturers jealously guard their technical data, the vital information needed to properly diagnose and repair these vehicles. This leaves independent workshops in the dark, struggling to find the information they need, often relying on incomplete or unreliable sources. Even trainers, those dedicated to educating the next generation of mechanics, admit the technology is changing so rapidly, evolving at such a breakneck pace, that it's incredibly hard to keep up, to stay ahead of the curve, to ensure that their knowledge and skills remain relevant. Workshops desperately want to adapt, to embrace the future, to equip themselves for the electric vehicle revolution. But the financial barriers, the sheer cost of entry, and the technical barriers, the complexity of the technology, are simply too huge to overcome for many. So many are waiting, watching, hoping to see what happens, trying to gauge the right moment to make their move. But waiting too long could be fatal, could mean the difference between survival and closure. The fear of being left behind, of becoming obsolete, is a very real and pressing concern. The industry is undeniably at a crossroads, a pivotal moment in its history. Unsure which way to turn, which path to take, which investments to make. The choices are complex and the stakes are high. The stakes have never been higher, and the future of these workshops hangs in the balance. So you've bought an EV and enjoyed the perks until something goes wrong. A warning light appears or the car won't start. Suddenly, you're stuck. Under warranty, you're at the mercy of the dealer, often facing long waits for parts or technicians. Dealers control the tools, knowledge, and parts, creating repair bottlenecks. Out of warranty, things get worse. A failed battery module could mean a bill higher than the car's value. Most independent workshops can't help. Those that can are rare and expensive. The freedom to shop around for repairs is gone. EV owners are trapped between costly dealer repairs and a lack of independent options. The dream of hassle-free motoring can quickly turn into a nightmare. The reality of EV ownership is more complicated than it seems. Is there hope for workshops? Yes, but only if they adapt fast. The petrol era is ending. Clinging to the past is a dead end. The future is collaboration and specialization. Workshops should form networks, each focusing on specific brands or systems, sharing costs and expertise. Government and trade groups can help by funding joint projects and pushing for right-to-repair laws. Car owners need to research long-term costs, warranties, and repair options before buying an EV. The government must support the repair ecosystem, not just EV sales. Subsidies for training, open access to repair data, and a strong independent network are essential. Workshops must invest wisely and work together. Owners must be informed and realistic. The electric future is coming. Whether we're ready or not is up to us.